Perfect. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for being here. My name is Patty Whiteeye, and I am so excited for tonight, you guys. We have a really, really special guest with us. I am here with Erin Henley. We kind of bring guests to you. We try to do it about once a week, and we would love to know where you're coming in from. So tell us what city you're from in the chat. If you can't find the chat, it's on your phone. It's at the bottom. If you touch your phone screen, it should pop up, and it's at the bottom of your computer screen as well. So let us know where you're coming in from. And if you are a guest, if a market partner invited you here, please put your first and last name in the chat, because we are going to do a draw at the end of this call. So it's my absolute pleasure to introduce you to our guest speaker tonight. Our guest speaker tonight is a senior executive director, $10 million club member, and one of the OG, Jay and his wife, Tony, the OGs of Monate. So they've been in it the longest, since the beginning, and we're so super excited that Jay Trelaor has decided to come and share his story with us and tell us what's so amazing about this company, why it's such a great time to get involved. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Jay. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Patty. It's great to see you again. And thanks, Erin, for inviting me on. Now, remember, Eminem was from Detroit. I was born in Detroit. Tony and I grew up in the Ann Arbor, area. I actually grew up on 10 Mile. So that movie 8 Mile is totally bogus. It's not bad at all. But we all have that image now in our head of Eminem and growing up rough. It's not even anywhere near that bad. It's like someone said they were from Lombard. It's like Lombard. But so thank you again. It's so great to be here. Like Patty said, Tony, my wife, Tony Van Schoik, and I have been in since the very beginning, the summer of 2014. And it's just been an amazing ride since then. When we first got started, I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know anything about network marketing. And she came home one day and literally said, "We're going to sell shampoo." And I said, "Well, why would we want to do that?" And now here we are 7 years later, and I know why we wanted to do that. And when the company first started, it was amazing. There wasn't a website. There wasn't a lot of marketing materials or anything. They sent us one of the very first boxes of products, and it had everything in there, and it was in this big box with all these little purple styrofoamy things. And I still remember Tony getting pissed off because the house got messed up because all these little springies sitting around. And I'll never forget the first time I used the products. It was amazing. It was totally amazing. And I grew up in a hair salon. My mom was a stylist. She owned a beauty salon for a long time. So I had kind of an idea of how good the products were from the very beginning, but I didn't know anything about the business model. I didn't know anything about network marketing. It took a while for Tony to bring me along through that. And one of my favorite stories, again, from back then was we had the very first Meet Monate in our house in Chicago when we were living in Park Ridge. And we had 27 friends that came to our Meet Monate, and not one single one of them signed up. And that was in September of 2014. And we were devastated. I had done an amazing charcuterie board and had cocktails out and everything, and nobody signed up. Eventually they all did, right? Isn't that how it usually goes in this business? Eventually they do. But that first few months, man, it was tough. I wasn't really sure where it was going. Tony, if you know her, she's very tenacious. And after a couple months, it was just like a fire had started. And it was amazing. We did a lot of meetings in and around Chicago. We did a lot of meetings out in Lombard. I think one of the very first meetings was at a wine bar out in Lombard, wasn't it, Erin, out there? And met Roxy, met all those people back then, and it was fantastic. Through the early winter of 2015, Tony started traveling a lot more, and she sat me down. I was an engineer. I was building roads in Chicago. That's why they all are really bad. But she sat me down. She's like, I need you to stay home with the kids. I want to go out and build an empire. I need you to stay home with the kids. So I did. So in April of 2015, she retired me. And for 2 years, I was just a stay-at-home dad. I wasn't really involved with the company until I went to my first My Nations, Houston, in 2017. And I had met a lot of the people. I had met Aaron a couple times and some other guys, but it wasn't until that event that my attitude about it changed. I saw the people. I learned more about the comp plan. I really wanted to get involved with the business. And for me, that was sort of like day one in this, because like I said, I didn't really know anything about network marketing. My background was eons ago in Chicago when I first moved there. I was selling mortgages, and then I got into engineering. I know it's kind of a big jump, but it wasn't in my mindset. And it took Tony a little while to sit me down, and she trained me, right? She trained me. So what did she do? She onboarded me. She brought me along like a new market partner. She made me realize what I could do in the business. And so since then, I've been doing everything that she does. I do calls like this. We do training together every once in a while, like every few months. We bring people down here to South Carolina. We're in Charleston now. And we do training down here, and we travel, and we do all kinds of stuff, and I love it. The business model, though, is amazing. I don't think a lot of people realize that we're the most lucrative network marketing company really in the world. They pay over 50 cents on the dollar back to the field. And for us, when we were just first starting out, it was amazing to see the effort that you put into something actually coming out of it. And it always blew me away that, wow, Tony is working really hard and she's being compensated for her time. It isn't just, going and punching the time clock. She's actually being paid for what she's doing. And I had always had that 9 to 5 mentality too. I worked 40 hours a week. I'm home. Now it's really sparked the entrepreneurial spirit in me that my mom instilled in me years ago when she owned those hair salons. But, since, like I said, since I was at that was literally my first Monade event, was Houston 2017. And over the past several years, we've had so many amazing events. I don't know if anybody was in Atlanta. That was spectacular. That was huge. I couldn't believe how many people were there. And every year we seem to, be doing a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. We were lucky enough to be on the first elite trip when we opened up the UK. That was amazing. That was spectacular to see all that happen. A year or two before that, or 2 years before that, we'd opened Canada. We were a big part of that. And as were the Henleys, they used to live up there. And when I started getting more involved with it, and we started going on more trips together, and we started doing more of the business together, that's really where I hit my stride. And so that's one of the things that I love to teach and coach and train on, is how to work with other people and how to work with a running buddy. It doesn't always have to be your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Maybe there's just that one person in your team, or one person that you really want to bring on board with you. And sometimes it's easier to do this with somebody else that can hold you accountable. And that's one of the biggest things that Tony and I work on with people. And in this business, it's so easy to pair yourself up with somebody and to, work the back office together, or whatever it is that you need. And if you're a guest on this right now, some of this might not make sense to you, but talk to the person that brought you into this. Go back to them and learn how easy it is to do this business. There are so many different things that, if there's a spouse out there watching, or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and the person they're with is a market partner, there's so many things that you can do to get involved. One of the things I do all the time is, like I just mentioned, I work the back office. There's always things that someone can do to help somebody else. There are, reports, and there's things. We have our VIP program. We do all kinds of reporting with that, and we keep in touch with all of those customers, as well as, like I said, we do this a lot. We do these kind of meetings too. So, like I said, if you are a guest, make sure you go back to the person that brought you into this. If you are a new market partner, what are you doing this month to increase your business? It's kind of a hard month sometimes for people, they say. I've always thought that November and December were fantastic times to do business because people are looking for, Christmas presents. People are looking for Hanukkah presents, all that kind of stuff. But then also, we have to keep in mind is a lot of people are living to paycheck out there. They're going to have credit card debt in January, February, March, when those bills start coming in. This is a fabulous business to bring people in to take care of that kind of thing. And I didn't realize it until I got involved with all this that, and do you realize that there are so many people that are just $400 away a month from foreclosure? And if they could just make a few extra bucks a month to keep them, in their house, keep them in their car. With the way the economy's been going the past, couple of years with all the lockdowns and everything, and when we all had to work from home, this business model saved a lot of people. And, whether you're doing Instagram or Facebook or online or wherever you're at, there's a multitude of ways that you can run your business. Tony and I love to do it face to face. Luckily, here in South Carolina, we have a pretty active networking groups that we are able to get involved with. We do a lot of our business online. We do a lot of things at Instagram. And every month we start over again. Yes, we've been in pretty much since the very beginning. Well, since the very beginning. But yeah, every single month we treat it like a brand new business. And she literally re-onboards me. We go over our contacts. We do everything to make sure that we're staying as active as we possibly can and making sure that everything that we're doing is what we're teaching and coaching or training our teams to do. So that was going to be my big message tonight is there's always room for a guy in this business. There's always room for husbands and wives to work this together. But if you're new, you need to be like Tony trained me and get it out of your head that you can't do something. I had never done sales before. It's amazing what you can do in this business if you try.
That was awesome. Thank you so much for all of that amazing information. I'm going to open it up to Aaron right now to see if he has anything he wants to add. And then after that, maybe we can have some questions if anybody has questions. So if you guys have questions, just drop them in the chat.
Yeah, and just a reminder, if I've got some people's names on the list here, I'll go through it at the end. But if you're a guest and you haven't put in the chat that you're a guest, just let me know that, hey, I'm a guest, and I'll get your name into the drawing for the thing. Thanks, Patty, for the introduction. Basically, my wife was in this business from the start. She was elbow to elbow with Tony. I got involved after she passed away. She passed away about 2 years ago, and really, there's something about this business that you don't understand when you're going about your normal corporate gig, right? That was me. I was in the corporate world. Roxy retired me from the corporate world, and I got to spend the last 2 years of her life loving on her as my full-time job, and helping her with the business. But the thing that really makes an impact on you that you don't even realize when you do a business like this, I showed up at my normal 9-to-5 job, which was really more like 6 to midnight job. And I got paid the same amount every time, no matter how hard I worked, no matter how hard somebody else worked, they were making the same income that they would make anyways. But really the thing that is different is when you do a business like this with the company that we've got, you start to evolve yourself. To grow and learn in this business, you have to learn in this business, and you learn as you go, and you start to become a different person. You like when my wife first started, she hated going live on Facebook. She hated going live on social media. But you know what? Every day is part of what we do. We learn a little, we get inspired, we might read a book. That's just part of what you have to do when you're running your own business, whether or not it's a direct sales business or whether or not you're doing some brick and mortar business. You have to learn to be able to grow your business and have your business achieve the levels that you want. But fundamentally, I guess the biggest thing that I have to say to everybody on this call is there's nothing stopping me from continuing this business that Roxy started. I am able to work this business, talk to people, and it's about sharing, just like you already shared today. You share whether you like the movie, you share whether you liked your dinner, you take your pictures, you do that. That's what you do in this business. And the market partner that invited you here can help you learn how to do it with a little bit more focus and purpose, and help you learn how to do that personal development that I talked about. Because we're all here for you guys. We're all part of the same team, believe it or not. You know, we're all here helping each other. And my job has nothing to do with selling shampoo. I don't wake up in the morning and say, how am I going to sell shampoo today? I wake up in the morning and say, how am I going to change someone's life today who maybe has some terrible thing they're dealing with their skin or their hair or their wellness or their pocketbook? And that's what my job is. Every day I wake up inspired to try to help somebody either have the best hair they could have, or maybe make that $400 extra so that they don't get foreclosed on. Anyways, the dream is real. You guys can talk to the market partner that invited you. Hopefully they can help you answer any more questions that you might have. I'll hand it over back to you, Patty. And let me look at the last few names.
Okay. You guys, I just want you to know that being the person to do the introduction tonight, I literally have sweaty palms and my hands are tingly because I get nervous doing this too. I don't have as much difficulty speaking to people, but I am telling you, we are in the presence of absolute giants. So I want you to understand how special it is to have both of these gentlemen here sharing with us and giving us this information and offering their help at whatever level you're at to do this business, because you would not get this everywhere. And I know there are some people on here who have done other network marketing companies. I know there are people on here who have worked regular jobs, and you would not have access to the top of the top of the top and have all of this incredible wisdom. And so like, that's why my heart is literally like doing a little pitter patter, because I understand how special this is and how really, really blessed we are for this. And I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate you doing this. So I think we've probably got every guest on here now, Aaron, if you want to go ahead and what's that? You're muted. I can't hear you.
I'm going to run through the list because, sorry, I just, I don't know. I couldn't interpret some of the, Laura Deek, I believe, is a guest. Teresa Bunges, Sarah from McHenry, Mamasaurus Rex, is she a guest? Melissa Peralt, Chandra, Heather, and Kendra. I got you guys as the last guest. Did I get that right? Mamasaurus Rex, are you a guest? Okay. I thought you were, but I just wanted to say it anyways. Hang on, did somebody else? She's my guess. Okay, good. All right, so I have you all on a wheel, and unfortunately I did it on my desktop. So I can't really share the screen with you, but I can tell you what happens when it goes. All the names are in there, and almost Mamasaurus Rex, but it's Melissa. Melissa Perholt, please let your market partner that invited you know that you won tonight, and I need to get the address, and I will get that into the mail ASAP for you. So hopefully you get it for the holidays and you can use it, give it to a gift for yourself. It's one of our best products.
Okay, I want to say thank you so much to Jay. We so appreciate you taking your time out to spend a little bit of time with us tonight. And thank you to Aaron. Thank you so much for always supporting us and always being there for us. And thank you to all the market partners and guests who are on tonight. We really appreciate you being here. Please get back to the market partner who invited you. Ask the questions. There's no harm in asking. And don't hesitate. Don't wait. Don't take your time. Jump in now. It's the absolute best time to get started. So, all right. I think we're good. Thanks, guys.
Hi, guys.
Bye.